hyehyɛ dwumadie wɔ nyinaa ase. Aboa menim sɛ aboa yɛ bebree ɛwɔ kwan bebree so. Na yɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ yɛbɛwie no na yɛnya mu biribi na yɛtumi atu nneɛma bi so ho anammɔn sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi aboa yɛn na yɛhwɛ yɛn apɔmuden ho hie. Nti no, ɛnnɛ deɛ no mato ne din sɛ personalized medicine. I think this is the last one a ɛwɔ yɛ three talk series no so. Nti no, before I remember personalized medicine way, so no make overview of the yaka in the friend saying in the previous talks, then I'll just end with this. Now, say last week, like I said, you remember when it may be say bisa questions, kakra, because I said previously, it mean bisa questions into oh yeah, all questions, and then no, a say a bit me a be a quani, I answer a question, Makumi and be said a bear, a bit me and chassis be. And you know, maybe I'm making sure say I'll work within the time. And yeah, and you better the car week one, which was on the 7th of January, near car as 14th, and then we talk a little bit about holistic healthcare, which is personalized medicine. In terms of overview, first week, you can say NHS, at services, or home we have equal access, obia equal access to access it and to use it. Nti no sɛ yɛkɔ a we yɛn yɛfrɛ no sɛn yɛn no you're right ɛna ɔmo ma apɔmuden no ɔmo so more responsibilities towards us and they have to fulfill that responsibility nti baby a ɛbɛtɔ kyɛm ha no yɛtumi bisa ho asɛm ɛna akyɛm baako a meka a mesan si so paa ne sɛ choices very important sɛ yɛwɔ options ɛna yɛwɔ choices in terms of yarehwɛ a yɛde ma yɛn no nti no ɛho bɛhia sɛ yɛkɔ na sɛ yɛkɔgye yarehwɛ a yɛbɛbisa sɛ oh doctor ɛmbia mewɔ other options bi a mɛtumi explore anaa na menhwɛ sɛ mɛtumi take decision baako mmienu bi anaa biribi saa anaasɛ sɛdeɛ wosi ka no me ne woyɛ adwene deɛ but mefili sɛ nka woma me other options a nka I'll explore. You have the right, and we shouldn't shy away from it at all because in the say one can say where you were born, say one can't normally last week me can be say your friend be health informatics. Health informatics, doctors, when can't symptoms back home, they share some a health informatics calculator no more. Into okay, so me tear me up, me phone me up, and be an argument me under na health informatics, I'm a prediction prediction. It's not. It might not be the right diagnosis, but then the doctor will be thinking along that line. Say health informatics. This SCCA. Or no trust machine na achen o nipa na o ma no symptoms no. Nti no ebe hu be nya pass ebe ma more details. Na ya make sure say choices I o ma ye no ebe timi explore our choices no. And I wiki on the 14th, you can't about clinical diagnosis and management of disease and infection. And besides this, you say say a doctor when say my information say to me my very thorough and detailed information about and your my kum say the bear doctor ni benya sa ni no because and normally be or almost computing no be more options. The options might not be right. Options no be are not the air one kasani options no ye free mu. Into no who be here say obema doctor no detail ono no be a bit me use or bit me the amount diagnosis no. And Mesa can say at the moment it is not an excuse to say Dr. Becker say oh me treat it before that and I say science bit is a doctor no wohwɛ and someone no can and should have fat your friend saying ninim dia ɛwɔ ebibifoɔ ho anaasɛ wo personality hɔ no ɛso a wobɛtumi a opt sɛ wopɛ sɛ obi foforɔ na ɛhwɛ wo adano me ho information bi wɔ linkedin menya kwan ka mepɛ sɛ meka me posti ba sisi a no nkɔfoɔ bebree na champion ama medical books ɛwɔ kurom a sisi a yɛtumi ɛde pictures of conditions that are presenting in other skin colors and other races because Bruni Becker said oh the person appeared blue but bibini ko bibini who are blue color no You know, it's a different color altogether, but it might be talking about the same thing. Into no say, yeah, and shit animal who, so almost names anim dear no. Now acquire say, diagnosis or modema no, I touch him kakra, and as a treatment no crown enko ye. Into no, to see no nim dear, but no man says, doctor says almost me, hunu. So the normal she present in other because okay, geographically, I think say me can want to kakra, ebesa kosubium we know the distribution of blacks in this country. We are everywhere. Even though our population is small, no, yet we are everywhere. And, there's no excuse to say, yeah, I mean, sure before that intimate. It's a, if so, now who will be Sanoa? I don't know why assesses out your right to, ask for options, and for, alternative. Say the bear, young mouth diagnosis are empha a so embro. And now you can't your friends the clinical diagnosis and management so some bebree now the person is to at way so say be a call doctor when say only no oh my your friends a history of symptoms na say oh man some specifics be maybe to say be a meti etumi ye me ya pa me yefun tumi me ya pa na anadwo me ntumi na say doctor no fiti prekope na person mo wadru there's a question mark because some of these things, it's and it shows to say starting and yen. So it will be severe headache, it can be caused by a lot of things. And I want you will miss something very important. And no more started with headache, but obi ka say, oh, me to me ya me ya pa, na to me bomb me say, and then me yefunu to me ya me like it's my tummy. I can feel say my tummy is churning and all that. That doctor no, I'm sure say obema wa collab and that's obema obechise kwan say me pese me ma yes anhwehwe mu yi a there's a question mark. So obi bia wa hospital a ya ma us away no, that kind of treatment and I say advice, paucho sign call back now just go and ask for other options because it can be the beginning of something which is going to be bad. Nyame mfa saa bad there, but say bibi saa wɔ hɔ and I say obi a say oh anadwo me da me tumi so wɔte paa so those symptoms are very very significant symptoms so doctor bu n'ani gu so paa etumi de nsɛm bebree ba asa nneɛma wei a me ka ho asɛm week 2 no ɛne yeah week 2 no mu no na mepɛ sɛ memma yɛn overview of nneɛma a ebetumi ayɛ outside doctor no office hɔ ɛwɔ labs any other places specialized places yɛbɛtumi access yɛbɛtumi acheck nneɛma bebree mesa ka friend saying health MOT ho asɛm sɛ you can access health MOT when you are at a certain age to be from 39 40 upwards if in fact 39 be a normal nyama but if there is a need when who said there's a need to be you are experiencing nneɛma bi like nneɛma bi a wɔwɔ experiencing ɛtoatoa so bibisa nti saa nneɛma no toatoa so wobɛtumi ebisa na sɛ wowɔ family very tangible family history so ɛno so no wobɛtumi de aka ho ama yɛayɛ saa health MOT no ama wo ɛnam sɛ yɛn nua baako kaa sɛ wafrɛ ne GP saa a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ saa health MOT no ɔmo mpɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛboa no anaasɛ ɔmo like asɛ ɔmo bu ɔmo ani egu so in fact medi m'ani hwehwɛ mu mehu sɛ GP centers bebree na ɛyɛ nneɛma bebree a ɛnyɛ the standard way of doing things in fact bebree na prevent it say ombehu nkofo face to face ebi mo so o friend us o book appointment e be catch us appointment bi any ho ebi wa say oh appointment e ho no for a very for emergency into wo dwen ho saying obo e be trust that question na ma but we feel say the o come emergency because the only emergency unhia GP unhia 111 and say bi when ya be a pain be a category no or bear from 7 upwards I know straight now call A&E near show but so if you say bibi a come no I mean I thought was so be a number aku mienu miensa bi na your mouse option no fa na kokko no ko hu GP na one ne nkasa because our face to face na boa go face to face memory omo hu symptoms bi a omo betumi ada ahwe friends I diagnose na omo bisa for further treatment or further investigation nti saa nneɛma wei a meka ka ho nsɛm all the 5 areas of pathology na ɛwɔ hɔ no ɛboa paa in fact in this times no the money who here crying the rate at which cancer cases are coming up all over the place. And mostly no sometimes they best start no cry no very unassuming like on say we impo cancer and I say like baby kit where be or see na me fun kwapo ne na me yakake o and I say na me kuma ne na me yakake and I me de koy no musi say but one of those things now happen I say enshada serious be and answer it just happen one bibi on and I will feel say bibi say and na mostly ana who here pass say they be come ahwe and I say oh cause what we make sure say doctor na ayen hwehwemu more than the office work nti ye keka sa no mo we hu nya bebre and make about vaccination because currently baby I'm here Germany from vaccine evaluation unit yeah my department advise the government on vaccinations okroma nkanka for enkola na mpanimfo mo nyine be te se bia omo kɔ retirement age no enkola de no from award to through a friend saying award to teenage university and a department no it's a share vaccination for omo if we be immunocompromised omo me fan say ya wo omo with genetic disorder so bibi ama omo immunity no endi mu nti no de bia na omo yare nti de bia omo hia mfa say top up of vaccines so de bia omo betumi a withstand diseases ekroma no say wo akwala na say akwala no was a category ni mu a so ota yare ana so yare bi e wo no ho a chronic e say manage a very important say obe access sa specialized services na me kan ho asem sa sometime ago no into say o doctor ho a na say sa we na documented a be ma access to sa specialized services no leads back ho a friend no PNH and Newcastle back so e wo ho a omo hwe autoimmune diseases omo friend no AHUS sound enya we mi no nko across the country no be now e wo ho you sound was sickle cell e be before yeah they are no mostly sickle cell you know and no access wo ho a obetumi enya for blood be a transfusion any donation any you know other treatment options are e wo ho into vaccination no there and so here pana me sa ka say so the akwala ba kro mu na say akwala no wodi infant under 5 years old say we make sure say the vaccination no up to date no matter what I say we make sure say akwala vaccination up to date into no almost almost read book no ọmụ bɛhwɛ baabi a akwadaa no duru yɛ from the previous baby ofiri baeɛ na ɔmo atoa so nti sɛ time no so a ɔmo ɛbɛma saa vaccines na akwadaa no ohia no at that particular age no because aha no the truth is that nkwadaa no are exposed to different organisms and different things you know compared to you know back home baabi a efiri baeɛ nkwadaa no exposure no yɛ very different. So Obesha Nkola more nursery from be a one year to be a year three. They be a no be no mo no aye basa you know they transfer a lot of almost friend streptococcus pneumonia among themselves. Nkola no sa strep pneumonia it is resident in their friends saying pharynx in their throat. It can it would not cause any problem and how when you're mushy so far as healthy. But say about opening ho and that's so maybe show more penny be obet me code for a long time na code nko sometimes I stretch it from being viral to bacteria when you strep pneumonia that's a strep pneumonia it overwhelms your lungs and ma or lungs you know like it cannot function properly and it can a bit more prolongate that code you know into a bit you can see that a cough now cough you know is quite chesty and then you ajijiw mu ɛno no sa no it's going towards you know bacteria my friend saying infection and wobɛhia antibiotics and you say kurom a wɔntama antibiotics but very important sɛ wobɛma yɛahwɛ wo nneɛma antibiotics treaty because ɛnyɛ saa you can also spread it ɛbɛtumi spread it nti bi wɔ hɔ a efie bi mbɔ sɛ cold na nkɔda ɛkwa na asan ba ɛkwa sɛ wodi no kwa na wei foforɔ asan aba aha nti meka a friends and your population ɛwɔ kurom ha say ɛyɛ bibifoɔ in particular we constitute about for instance, 3%. You within Wales and England. But on the side of things, yeah, na your friends and your health history are very scanty because factors be why affect saa nneɛma way. And I think some will be so. But I think some sense should be say the reason why even though we are very small minority, so yeah need your whole health history be brain about say treating normally the treatment doesn't go very well, until then we end up with other complications and all that. It's because of factors be a depriving what make socioeconomic influence. Socioeconomic influence is such a way that and immigration issues. So among most of us, yeah, you're kind of saying we are not documented. And I say area you be prefer say you be pay a friend saying quick treatment be a parabini and now what's our juma. Like time in new how the best they be no we are other chasing money and other we see other things that's more important than say especially your health. And about these are factors your friends entrenched in society edi nti no mepɛ sɛ mefa akwanya wɔ so ɛka sɛ yɛmmɔ ho mmɔden paa sɛ yɛbɛbreki saa cycle no na yɛtumi ɛyɛ friends advice yɛho sɛ wowote sɛ wo nua bi ka sɛ nansɛ na mehaya me a na ɔgu so de kɔ adwuma a infact pushi no ma ne mfa nkɔ hospital ne yɛnhwɛ no because yɛmu bebree na nneɛma bebree yɛmfa nkɔ ɛna yɛnni history no nti no it ends up coming back in a very bad way. And I am saying more be kutia yen. I mark medical account one sem socio-economic factors, deprivation, and the environment yet. In fact, way I may research be a me yeah. It is very true. I know say it's documented in public health also. One of the things I mean when you say the factors that affect you say immigration, discrimination, any racism. Sa nyoma way affect baby e affect adwuma affecting no more bebree, even our social circles. It affects them. Now, one of the things that me person me can about affecting you say baby you be etitititi. If fan say bi wɔ hɔ a wote ɛdan bi mu a damp very common. Me pa cho saa no man me fan di agro minim obi a mold akɔse severe asthma sisi no asthma no nti no affect n'adwuma a wɔyɛ nti very important to say yɛbɛfa saa nneɛma were very important na yɛtumi in fact even though we might find ourselves in such places yɛsɛ yɛtu anammɔn bi ɛfa ho yɛnim sɛ nneɛma bebree ɛkotia a ebi mu long term no ɛna ebɛtumi ayɛ ho biribi but kakra ebɛtumi ayɛ afa ho no yɛnyɛ nti mi fa n sɛ wowɔ housing bi mu na sɛ saa housing no an accommodation no mold ɛyɛ very prone to mold it's not glazing no nyɛ papa sɛ yɛkae Grenfell Tower deɛ ɛsii yɛ a ɛma a nkɔfo bebree wuyɛ a ɛkɔfa saa cladding issue baeɛ. These are some of the things that disparities at our society no more. And mostly no ekutia yeah minority no for reasons that are very obvious. And say if we find ourselves in such situation, in fact, yeah who be say the bear emfa institution my health. Because at the end of the day, so no more when you ekutia your health, then you don't get the right health, even to do the work and support your family. Nti we bedi ka ho asɛm dada ayɛ house no in fact house no deɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ ahia paa because okɔ baabia in fact all the friends and regions okuma nyinaa no you can see the kind of segregation that comes with housing baabia nkɔfo bi teɛ any that kind of groupings na obɛhwɛ mu no na housing na ɛwɔ hɔ no nyɛ quality as it's supposed to be just because almost is saa normal no for black people like us and I say to something like that and you're documented say that is what's supposed to happen but for some reasons that it's happening and say if we find ourselves in such situation, into one more. There's nothing wrong, in fact, in whistleblowing and alarming that this is not right. I'm not very happy with this. It will go a long way to save a life. Okay, until me last week, so for instance, 2 weeks ago, yes, I can yare air common to before. To see a number of cramp, one of them a cancer. I can't watch them cancer. See a cancer rate no costro will be before mu, and it's because of some statistics be a air caution and saying a cancer rate no almost say cancer rate very high abrofo mu, but death rate high will be before mu. The reason why death rate high will be before mu no one of the things I'm kind death rate before yeah be before no a bit me also saw a cancer no na akwa actually because yɛndi kan ankɔhwɛ ho nsɛm anka anaasɛ yɛkɔ beginning na ɔmo misdiagnose anaasɛ yɛnni family history bi afa yɛn ho no nti no ɔmo ntumi amfa ɔmo nsa nsusu sɛ wei na ɛyɛ wo nti no before ɛbɛbɛduru hɔ sɛ wayɛ yi no na ɛkɔ ɛna ɛfa bi so gyina yɛn even though yɛnim sɛ yɛyare nso ne yɛde yare no ɛkɔ adwuma ɛde yɛ other things because we need to survive. I mean, I me blame like that kind of me come home sometimes me tear me answer na me call adwuma that kind of thing. But the cancer is currently on the increase. In fact, I will be before mu. Into no, say your TBB or your medium na say nko yi a. In fact, into one amount because ebeboa ema yetumi asoso no ma and there a friend saying there are some major ones be at me I say to me one some park air colon cancer, any prostate cancer. But maybe I should say I say a King Charles. I have surgery for prostate cancer, prostate cancer, but for prostate enlargement or prostate enlargement. No, be a very common in men, but for black men, it is times two, if I should say. Black men, we are very prone to it prostate cancer. It means that it as benign prostate cancer. But you see, I know you mentioned the almost age now. Yeah, the assessment so from a 60 to I think 55. Into the 55, to me, echo no test no. But even before so test we know, you move be prostate specific antigen prostate specific antigen sɛ bi a wonya urine retention sɛ bi a wodwo nso a wontumi ndwo nso wano anaasɛ wokɔdwo nso a kakra bi na aba na asɛ wotumi hu sɛ wofili sɛ wopɛ sɛ wodwo nso paa but ɛmba I say to me prompt your doctor, man, you request saa PSA no, prostate specific antigen no, to check say be our prostate no is functioning properly because a bit member say a who touch him and a cause saa no and then talk about cancer what embalm and currently no yeah it be formed by the highest rate of breast cancer and lung cancer and also colorectal cancer highest rate because the kind of exposure we are having now no, is also different. And don't know and environmental factors be account home. We are being prone to all sorts of things, from left, right, center. And it may can be about environmental pollution, the climate from where we have come from. It has also, deposited a lot of things in us. But with time, not normally be a sati a nti ɛho behia sɛ ɛwɔ mu a na wakɔ check wo ho na wahwɛ sɛ ɛfrɛ nsɛn biribiara ɛkɔ so yie ɛna mental health so saa madamfo bi a mene ne di nkɔmmɔ I think sɛ last week yi mu ɔyɛ adwuma ɛwɔ mental health ɛwɔ London ɔsɛ the rate at which young black men are being admitted into facilities it's really scary very alarming and wobɛkɔ mu no not the fundamental, thing that these people need, is not there. One, only family, like they have coming from broken homes, families where they are scattered. There's no figurehead, that kind of thing. And mostly the fear at a very early age, they are fending for themselves. Then somehow things happen. In fact, okay, no me share me, and I said to myself, this is something that I say to me a kutia, said the bear bit to me as no because In fact, one of the things last two weeks, me tina program mu to the end of Bible teachings, you know. So teachings will course so our sorry muna the eboa and me to meet titi and call any you know in the right way. Say the baby me avoid this animal baby now because Roman me who say one share will be society no be share akwala na and what they will bring back to you, you know, is worse. Okay, after all this, no, young personalized medicine who asem kakra for the next few minutes, and then 5 minutes, and then I shall say to me bisa questions. Makumi nubia. Nti personalized medicine, no, that's this year and any way forward. Ah, globally, it has been accepted that to provide, say, a bema, in fact, a holistic healthcare, no, holistic care for a person, no, see, data a friend no genetic profile of a person a bit me aboa near to me a personalize it or we can say tailor made you know so I could tailor what it was to soon no upon matadi fit all. That is how it is to give you a befitting healthcare and the information that they are looking for no your genes, you know. So because your genes, you know, your DNA, you know, and about all the details that is needed for this particular, you know, healthcare to be given. Into components of health may personalized healthcare no any year. So if be human genome project, genetic counseling. And I'm saying maybe who say if be ancestry DNA, see who programs for TV so near the amount for baby who baby omu free omu background and omu who know and your ma ekuti omu and your ma you know in their favor and then things are affecting the bloodline. Sano money very important. It works towards personalized you know medicine. So the you know so utumi who baby a free ɛbɛma wo saa idea ni sɛ me be a meduru 40 years I have to be looking at some bibi ti sɛ ni say na me da me ho so bi na manya saa disease wey ti sɛ bi a type 2 diabetes ana bibi saa nti mɛka human genome project ne genetic medicine no ho nsɛm maako mmienu bi and then we start asking questions nti no saa human genome genomic project no different started yɛ 1990 1990 and almost started a collaborative work way and the project is to collect say ebenya nipa DNA as much as possible then ni sequence it say sequence ni na kyerɛ sɛ yɛbɛbiebie DNA no mu ne ahwehwɛhwehwɛ nneɛma a ɛwɔ DNA no mu ehu sɛ bi a saa DNA wei ɛna ɛma bi a obi synthesize protein wei and this protein no ebi a so anhwɛ ne yie atumi cause saa disease wei that kind of thing into the sequence no ɛma yɛ ideas of saa nipa ko no what the person is made up of eduru a ebetumi agye nipa ko no eduru a ɛngye nipa ko no ebi a nipa ko no ɔwɔ cancer gene obi a nipa ko no ɔwɔ chromosome extra chromosome anaasɛ biribi saa nti UK ha say no 2012 and a government you know assigning for our project you know to collect 100,000 genomes from patients 100,000 genome from patients nti across UK near 7 hubs some hubs no air centers are UK ha say this is our samples no kɛseɛ baako ɛwɔ MRI baby a many kwesi adwuma no na deɛ ɔmo yɛ ne sɛ woyɛ patient na enrolli wa na yɛatwe obi a omogya anaasɛ o sample bi ne yɛteki sa sample na ne yɛahwehwɛ omogya yɛfɛn sɛ sequence saa o DNA no ahwɛ sɛ o DNA no mfa ɛyɛ complete DNA no ahwɛ sɛ wo nipa yi yare bɛn ɛna akutia wa yɛnni ani soɔ no yɛnhu no anaasɛ ɛyɛ possible sɛ ebetumi aba wabrabɔ mu in the future BBC nti saa center ne baako wɔ ha sei ɛna aha center ya ɛyɛ deɛ Manchester wɔ ha yi Manchester center yi and so ɔmo yɛ genetic counseling wɔ hɔ saa genetic counseling no normally ɛyɛ referral agye sɛ refer once and away to me ayɛ dɛ assess it but under certain circumstances no wobɛtumi etua akɔyɛ nhwehwɛmu nti saa genetic counseling no deɛ kyerɛ nyinaa ne sɛ ɛma information about condition genetic conditions a ebetumi aha yɛn ɛne yɛbusua because yɛn nyina obi afiri abusua mu nti sɛ bi a bibi yehu bibi wɔ me ho a ɛho behia sɛ ebɛhwɛ sɛ woyɛ me nua bibi saa bɛkɔ ɛbɛtumi aba wɔn anaasɛ woyɛ obi a me ne wo ɛtena ase ɛbɔ bra woyɛ me ho kafo sɛ yehu biribi sɛ ɔmo sɛ yehu sɛ woso deɛ na ɛwɔ wɔ mu sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a nkɔla ɛbɛwɔ ɔmo no yɛnim sɛ o nkɔla wei daakye bi ɔmo nkonya sickle cell anaasɛ daakye bi ɔmo nkonya bi a autoimmune disease bi a biribi saa nti saa akonnwa yi ɛho friend sɛn akonnwa bi saa ɛwɔ hɔ ɛwɔ yɛ friend sɛn ɛmara ha sɛ a yɛbɛtumi nti saa friend sɛn project wei a ɛkɔ so yi nyinaa genome project yi ne council ne ancestry yi nyinaa collect information a sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a enough information ebetumi akɔ data so a ebetumi access nti mi fa nsesa wokɔ hospital si a ne yɛbɔ wo din ne yɛwɔ saa data no a na sɛ bi a yare bi aba doctor no onya ho nsaa wei na otumi it can just come up straight away sɛ bi a nipa yi symptoms here or describing, you know, it is in line with that condition where ya pick it up from the genes, you know, when in the genome, no, into no, you start to say but one good thing about personalized medicine is that you start to say synthesizing genes in DNA. The see, almost your group are almost hwehwɛ ɛho nnuro so mfa sɛ ɔmo ho yare bi wɔ nkɔfo bi ho a ɔmo asate hwehwɛ ho nnuro a bebree na akrampo no aba out asisi a no nneɛma bebree hɔ a etumi soso nneɛma bebree ano nti sisi a sɛ yɛnim sɛ cancer sɛ nnuro project bebree ɛɛkɔ so a ɔmo hwehwɛ cancer ho nnuro ɛne other diseases a ɛwɔ hɔ nyinaa sɛ bi a ɛnyɛ immediate friends and medicine atumi ɛkill a we have like vaccinations, you know, and then administration of if it be friends saying monoclonal antibodies. Monoclonal antibodies, you know, ne boarding, but through the NHS, no, obetumi enya bi, a ebetumi di ama wa, ebetumi asoso no ma bebree so. Into the personalized medicine, that is the way forward. Sisi a ne yɛn nyinaa yɛkɔ, ɛna yɛgyegye saa information no. Into me can be your first time ne say, bibi te sɛ research a ɛkɔ so bi a, so wote sɛ bi a research bi kɔ so a yɛpɛ ebi before ma yɛ taking samples a ebetumi di ahwehwɛ no ma bi mu no, nipa wotwɛw wode wo ho gye mu a ebetumi aboa paa because ɛbɛma yɛnya information bebree sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ebetumi document it na aboa na for future occurrences no etumi asɔsɔ saa nneɛma no ano and you know I think sɛ mede besi ase na questions bi a ɛwɔ hɔ biara no yɛbisa ɛhɛ sɛ ebetumi asɔsɔ questions n'ano a meda mo ase.
Answer that, Doctor. Nyamisha, send our first church in Simo. Thank you so much. I'm sure it's a question. Oh, assembly, sir, and I said, where be and Casahundi, the Doctor Nia Shea, with me then some so and also with me on museum. Okay. But I wasn't okay, and before I try and say, I hope for back from Doctor, my question is a quiet band sooner me put GP pa me actually me manati ase me describing ye a manati adequate because I thought that we need to be and so ne amount who different thing and now can now I quiet band sooner maybe a bro phone and terms you used a term whilst you were presenting say if your stomach is churning, you are churning, you mean to me kind chim say you are churning, and I say baby sir, quite best to me as well.
Okay. Kwani deɛ in fact ɛsɛ wankasa woka in your own language.
Okay.
So ote brofo time si bi na obetumi use so a fine ɛbɛboa but make sure say description bi obema no even say brofo no kwa na wo ka so bi a oh doctor my tummy has been turning upside down obeti ase you know but details are ɛkyɛ sɛ saa nneɛma wey na wo feel it and yes you know okasa bi oh I'm having tummy pains a German nneɛma bebree but diseases no the symptoms you know okay, tummy pains it might not go pinpoint that particular disease na or no and that's a normal question into no my description I say bia oh me who say bibi na me mu say oh me feel is a pain no about me side me nimu side ha say na ehɔ ne yam ya na ehɔ yɛ hye in fact the temperature is very important and you know a friend saying location Sanya manoma no nyina omu because organs wo yemu. So oka direction na obehu se bia organ we na ho atochima o lungs and answer yefunu and answer your liver. Then they start thinking about that. But so oka se me yefunu I feel tummy pain. It could be say bia even pain no egina o diaphragm mu and answer o liver mu. Na nti ubetumi de onsakra akire se me ha say ana me ha say me ya me left groin me ha na do nsa akire. Doctor no osua anatomy and physiology into onim baby asa organs no ho obehu ɛna ade ba so a san here timeline so bia date nti that start here no so bia obetumi akaya ebeboa one kai krampo na aka say start here nya nne enro achi that kind of thing ka bibi ne hu so bia start so one man ehunu timeline na ono be fi say start here bia enro ya on fa serious nti no details ni there time location any description even if say or dramatize it, not dramatize it. You say, when you break.
Okay, thank you very much. That's but shall we go for a was in Bisa? Yeah, come on.
Sister Lydia, I'm an assassin.
Okay, Aunt Lydia, but with me, Bisa was in Bisa.
Yo, Pacho, me da se doc, nyame show. Na ebe se me bisa bibi kakra fa na wo kire se ebi wo ha na ye ntia po a na ye for so de kwa adwuma ne ade on se after covid na nneɛma mu ayɛ den wo se obehu doctor na bibi wo kra watimi ama wadura no especially antibiotics say ebi wo no mu a ye no Ghana ne ya to nnuro ne de aba antibiotics ahodoɔ bebree nso ɛkɔ so wɔ man no mu a ɛno ne ana yɛsɛ yɛde fake agum nti mpɛsɛ mebisa sɛ so ɛyɛ sɛ sɛdeɛ woka no yɛhu symptoms na yɛntrae sɛ wɔm sɛ appointment ano ayɛ den deɛ but yɛbɛhu yɛ doctor ne explain things to them na ɔmaboa yɛ anaasɛ yɛfii sɛ aduro no wɔ hɔ na yɛnom ebi a na yɛde nsunsuansoɔ bi ama yɛnyɛ no saa na mpakyɛw.
Yo, but that's it. Me starting kind of say, question where who here pa? You say you be na na your clan refri Ghana, near the baby antibiotics, amoxicillin, and then I see pro na the other. But me test me project am year 2011 to 2014 in Ghana. Me will say, more bacteria where okofa me fan say, my member could in friend Klebsiella, okofa Klebsiella free Ghana but. Now obey a antibiotic profile. Now for Klebsiella every chroma, now your antibiotic profile, they are two different things. Ghana they no very resistant. Like Oman is Cipra and Yajuma, Oman level fluoxetine and Yajuma, Oman no ceftazidime and Yajuma. But I had no Yajuma because I had no control antibiotic use. Into no antibiotics be na any resistant. Into me paucho sa practice no say bija bebo pa. Yes, antibiotics in general because of Ghana the aba between krom ha a organism it doesn't work. Mamma another so in fact say Africa say any Asia your antibiotic resistance be brave into no say if you want your fat a money free near the back room it's very difficult to treat them at the hospital. Intina ebe hia pa say ekroma ne wo na exposure na yenya no so yenya okroma say intino ehu be hia say okwa a ye hwe wa na say doctor no isolate organism obema we duro because how organism no the profile no different intime sense su biom say bibi eye wa na so organ duro afato ho hospital first konya friends doctor your friends saying diagnosis na insisted so we that's be a doctor and share what 10 minutes no person pamoa na me di kaka no we have access and we have choices if I want to there's nothing wrong with say because oh doctor me paucho me what other options be make me explore na they can't do anything to you they can't do anything about it they have to accept it na ema o sa kwanya no one can and I beka so kofie na okona say 3 weeks na nya hwe na asan ba biom and so be a 3 weeks na bibia ko bone I mean for samba but this is something that can easily happen. Into me paucho say BBC to the first thing is obeko a hospital. Now for gonna do it to first. Pacho make me answer question.
Mepacho doc medasi nyamishra.
Thank you. It was few minutes as a it will be for as in Bisabia with me about any the kind and answer was in Sapura. So okay.
Me pacho me so me wo me fan say Bisara. But what do you do in a situation where I only say we book your appointment now call whether for yourself and answer for Oba? But ubuki now can initial you say they are normal pen no. You realize say formulated diagnosis no it seems that I could be the informatics or whatever it is. But it doesn't choose at the end now and I've had an experience with some of the GPs before. Like, typical example, me banan a be in Sabia health professional be including myself what about training you who say a ringworm. Intimate training can make sure be or honum. Say worm infestation because I mean say back in Ghana, the doctors don't want you to diagnose into my shouldn't show ringworm. Or me coin obisa me say, what were you expecting? This are the kind of question I'm saying. I feel like it is a worm infestation. Or can diagnosis be your call internet now? Or call check pictures and then you are no match. But instead of her to look through the worm infestation, I may can or whatever be before no. And then in the end, I'm finding one diagnosis. Now, if or my issue try pictures near the toe, so me your observation near the base say after some time now you we are no masamba back. But fortunately, I had some creams and na me ankasa prescribe for antifungal so honum. And na me the years. So I and the 1 week crown and no start say call. And so what do you do in this situation? Me na me say as a me the antifungal no also maybe say me say worm infestation. And I'm yeah. What about others? What do we do in this kind of situation? Who say at the end of the kind and know the and share it happens. What do you do then?
No crepa na wakano. Me a health professional, and I wouldn't actually want to say this and get it documented anywhere. But we've also had a similar situation. Akwalano Yare, the Fred GPs are a GP in fee. Any friend 111 for so extra money. Within 30 minutes near any. And see, I know maybe we also to be frank, me and friend Yagro, me who said one, oh, you are not giving me the right information. I'll take the next step. In fact, it was good to say who said I have fungal infection. I started to treat it, and all that. Now over the right medication. It could have also been said it could have been a different thing altogether. In Serbia, Oko first place now Siki the right friends saying treatment in a young farm or an Americano. You have the right to see I'm 111. Only 111 focus you can insist, say me call and say they can, but this is not it's not working. Into me person medical before for 111 for be rebuku to another hospital in your vicinity. It's a very important. If maybe say hey baby out no hospital be na available about me call. Then you go and see somebody else. It is all try first option. And I say and yet na say yeah de ma no and ko but use the next option. Try 114. Now and you have to make a point. You have to make sure that your point is clear. Say I did I've seen it before, that kind of thing. Eboa. So yeah, explore options that are available na who say we are exhausted bibia ansana I get to say okay say anything here no so me say me better ka say health service no I 100% a year your friend saying I'm pretty word like and more of the buy no say 100% and me boa no more be na an enko even at the hospital, no cry, no. Obeko cry, no more baby or the way it's supposed to be. Until I say still like bisa questions, Now, my young who say unim ahano, it doesn't, they don't frown so much upon it. It's a back home never because unim we are somewhere na bibisa, but ahano okay. Oh, who say unimwa, they start asking you questions. So what do you think? Maybe it's our opinion, cry even more, about the situation. Into no, my own who say, oh, why your background be a check be who say anything at the end of the and I say they no, what try we in a year. Mom, they will think about it. They will go and have a meeting because when say hospital, no, they have clinical meetings. They think about treatment. No, no, they always review. One good thing about your health system, no, there's review, constant review about a person's situation and treatment. It is the year review. No, who say there was an input. And the other thing is that patient be as well a care plan. Your care plan, you have the right to make inputs, or if a family spokesperson can also make an input. And it's our input, so almost ignore not it becomes a medical legal case. You can use that against them. And you have the right. Someone draft a care plan because they have to ask about certain things about you. Now, almost information. I say I am about care plan anymore. Then you have the right to contest that. Yeah, explore options. Oh, 111 any A and E, So when I say A and E, where they are, just go for it. There's nothing stopping you from assessing it.
Okay, thank you so much. Meaning sir, people for our assembly for an answer more than say you will be a man. Okay. Doc, who is it? Assembly said, "Dear, no one answer more being one answer." That was it. We did not help department for a name was Adawas in there. As I am sure in him said, sir, I am before I know we did. They be I be moved. Yeah. No, thank you. That's the main show. Meaning, so will be your best of a chat to answer.
Okay, the mechanic say me that mo mpanyinfo no nyinaa sɛ ɛne obi biara sɛ ɛne saa akwanya yi na me gyiri sɛ yɛn nyinaa asua biribi nti no yɛnkɔ so a yɛn encourage each other in terms of taking care of ourselves. One last thing a mechanic say in the public health, there's a lot of forecasts about things that can happen and all that. And I know man no hwɛ mu bebree na te sɛ the COVID edi yɛn nya no ebi fo nya no it goes against us. Nti no yɛn hwɛ sɛ yɛbɛhwɛ yɛn ho so yie. Na me so minya saa opportunity na sɛ bibi ba out a minya saa kwan yɛ a mɛsan aba bɛka ho asɛm na yɛada yɛn ho so. Nti no deɛ mɛka ka ho no nyame nhyira mo nyinaa.
Nyame nhyira wo so ne abusua no nyinaa titiri pa ne Mrs. Jemfi also it's me join name. Nyame nhyira wo sɛ when you young ever time
Amen. Amen.
For all our visiting friends who joined today, we say God bless you and thank you so much for joining. Don't go away. We do have Bible studies as well coming up. And see, Auntie Christiana Abompaye ama Doc and in the Busia and Sana ya handy over my personal ministry.
Bompaye. That was I think now switching for you are a comfort and ring and see how no more so the amount. It was so age I was show so because so a be na dream. So that kind of no ever na this year moon in a juma all year. Madame then na walk so many dear. Baby, I best friend with me in a so be. The so kind of one in the bush. You feel to the soon from the game. You can't even I am going to say, said you should move your mouth. So that I even say amount. That was it. So I will wherever is Christ.
Amen.
Major Harman, personal ministries. Please don't go away. We have Bible studies.